I'm Lynn Neely. I'm a faculty member in the College of Business in the Department of Management. I am working on this project with the Coleman Foundation as the project director for the Coleman Fellows in Entrepreneurship. And my two colleagues are here this morning who are the Coleman Fellows.
Murali Krishnamurthy from College of Engineering.
Paula Frost from School of Theater and Dance.
Last spring, I became aware that the Coleman Foundation had a great opportunity available for funding to faculty members outside of the College of Business if those faculty members were interested in integrating entrepreneurship and self-employment into their coursework for their students. And I applied, talked with Paula and with Murali. They were interested. And so I put the grant work in. We all worked together. All three of us worked on this proposition, and we were successful. And we learned in May that we were successful, so that Murali and Paula became Coleman Fellows, and I was a project director. So last summer we began our working together, planning our activities, and all this fall they have been integrating aspects of entrepreneurship and self-employment into their courses for the dance students and for the engineering students.
This last semester, so I introduced a topic on this actually, self-employment, and for self-employment projects, and for taking care of entrepreneurial projects, and so on, all those things. So I had introduced a course module on those, course projects, and course activities.
And I teach a business of dance class in the School of Theater and Dance. And this was a perfect fit because dancing is basically knowing how to sell yourself on a small scale. It is entrepreneurship. And so I was able to take some of the things that we discussed and apply them directly to what I teach in the course. How do you sell your choreography? What do you look for when you sign a contract? How do you make up a contract if you're a choreographer selling your work? So there were lots and lots and lots of hands-on entrepreneurial things that we could do in the class, culminating with the first ever portfolio review for dancers that we've done in the School of Theater and Dance. So it was really an experience that changed the course completely.
None of my students have studied this like they do in Lynn's department. So it is informally, they have learned from their families, family businesses, and so on and so forth. So they want to learn more about engineering, self-employment opportunities.
And for my students, the artists are tend to be very vague. I'm sure the idea of entrepreneurship has occurred to all of them because they're incredibly creative. But what this has done is it's honed in their focus and shown them that these wonderful ideas that are going around in their minds can actually be accomplished if you follow certain steps. That's where you guys, your input has been so important. Is that there's a system in place to get where you want to get in terms of entrepreneurship.
A lot of our students assume that but you have to be an inventor to be an entrepreneur from this course, from taking my course, and they realize, and so it is not always the case. So, but you can still start a small business, it could be a service, and still you can be an entrepreneur. But you don't, have to always start with something that's new, some new product, some new invention. So it's a learning experience from that angle for them.
Last fall, we had a reception where we invited people. Most of them were from within, let's say, 10 to 15 miles of DeKalb, but a few from the western suburbs and from downtown Chicago, to come into a reception of all people who were entrepreneurs, self-employed, from all sorts of different areas. There was a professional photographer. There was a gentleman that owned a moving business. There was a restaurateur. There was a fellow who owned a wine cellar. There was a whole variety of folks. And we invited then the students from all the different majors to come in and just have a casual chance to get to talk with one another face to face about the students' hopes, dreams, the entrepreneurs' experiences, advice they could give, all sorts of things. There was even a radio station owner. It turned out wonderfully. The students had a wonderful time, and happily, surprisingly, the entrepreneurs did too, and several of them said, "My goodness, if you ever do this again, invite us back. We want to do this." So it turned out good all around, both sides.
Students like those, and so it is real stories, and they're hearing from entrepreneurs. And so it's not from the classroom alone. And so it is the reason that, that there was success, a tremendous success.
Last year, the Self-Employment in the Arts Conference was a wonderful experience, both for myself and the students, just in terms of networking, in terms of opening their eyes to different possibilities. But in this past term, we took the students on a field trip to Chicago. We had them take a class at Lou Conte Dance Studio, and at that time they interviewed the woman that runs the whole studio, okay, which is one of the main professional teaching studios in Chicago. Then we took them to Dance Chicago, the opening night, which is the biggest dance festival probably in the Midwest, maybe in the country. We had an interview with the man that started, the founder, John Schmitz, who's also a graduate of this program. And he has kept the festival going for 15 years successfully, paid himself, paid the dancers, produced the 250 artists, done the marketing, et cetera, et cetera. So they had a half-an-hour interview with him, which was very exciting. And then 2 of our faculty members were performing their choreography in the concert, so then they were able to watch their teachers actually doing what they do professionally. So I think that was my most exciting moment.
Each month on a Friday morning, the Coleman Foundation has a coffee cup session so that all the people across the United States that are participating in this grant program can listen to things they want to bring to our attention, opportunities they have, suggestions they have, sharing information, and also so that we can see one another and see them. So it's a webcam, two-way conversation sort of thing.
The coffee cup sessions were beneficial for me from several angles, and to see the others, and so from other institutions, and to hear from them what exactly they're doing. And that sometimes stimulates ideas for me to take from others, and also, but they have a lot of resources, like Lynn said, so they have the slides and presentations and websites and just all those things. So it is an opportunity to take advantage of the coffee cup sessions, however that's beneficial to you.
When all is said and done, our participating with the Coleman Foundation for this Fellows program is really to give the students a better learning experience, to enrich their experience here, and to make it so that they can see more options and opportunities they have in their lives, more things that are possible that they can do. And the resources from Coleman help us give them the experiences and the materials and bring in the speakers so that they can see these things and maybe have an aha moment now and then. That's what really, in the end, what we're doing.
So I have to agree on that this is not about us, but this is about our students. And for NIU, is committed for bringing in good ideas, for new curriculum, for new courses, and these opportunities for students. So the Coleman Foundation has enabled us to do this.